I struggled with the acne for, I think, 2 years, something like that, because of, well, I've got hormones implanted in my arm.
Okay.
So when I started those, the acne began, and I had never had acne before that. So it was like overwhelming to wake up and see my face covered in stuff out of the blue. I never had that, and I never learned how to deal with that. I don't think I've ever felt like so bad about myself, not about me as a person, but just looking at myself in the mirror, thinking this is not how I want to look. This is not who I am. People think you're lazy, or people think you're not clean. And it really does something to you when people assume that about you when it's not true. And I have very good friends who always told me that I look great, that my hair looked great, or to focus on other parts of myself. So they also helped me through it. I think if I hadn't had those friends around me at that time, then what you say, I would have just, because, well, maybe you are kind of depressed, I think, because a part of depression is also wanting to hide yourself, wanting to stay inside. You don't want to try new things. You don't want to see people. You don't, your body just wants to protect itself in a little dark corner where you can't get hurt. You don't feel happiness, but you also don't get hurt. And they really helped me to stay out of that zone, So yeah, and well, thinking about it, all these now that everything is open and that my skin looks better, I really sometimes wonder, what do people do who don't have those kind of friends? Do they? Yeah, I think if they weren't there, I would have really just locked up myself, and I would have just stayed inside, and I would have just given up. I would have said, okay, fuck it, this is my life, and I'm not going to meet new people ever. And yeah, and that's a reality for a lot of people out there. And I forget that sometimes, and then sometimes it hits me really hard, to know that people who are having the same problem, but maybe do not have the tools to get out of it. Well, obviously, I wish I'd never gotten it, but I'm happy I got it as an adult, like with 24, 25 years old. So I knew who I was, and I knew that it wasn't true, and I knew that, yeah, well, that doesn't define me. But if I would have been a 14-year-old with acne and people would have said that about me, then obviously, yes, it would have made an even bigger impact on me, or I would have carried that with me forever. I'm a teacher, but when I look at my students, I think, yeah, the way they tease each other about it sometimes, or the way their parents judge them for having acne, while when I was younger, I didn't have acne. So why do you have acne? It must be because you eat a lot of chips, or it must be because you never clean your bed. And when I see that, I do get sad. And now I understand how much that hurts, because before I didn't. And then what? When they grow up and they encounter the same problem, nobody has talked to them before about it, and they don't know what to do. And I thought, no, that's not how I'm going to, raise you. I'm going to teach you better. I'm going to teach you that you can work through it, and it doesn't define you, and you can get help. And it's just something that is temporarily, hopefully, of course. So yeah, that's really important to me as a teacher. So that's it. Yeah, no, it just cleared everything up from like, I have pictures that are even worse than the ones I sent you. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be my life forever,
Yeah.
and then I started NØIE, and now it's gone. And everyone sees it. All my colleagues have asked me, like, what are you using? It's going great, and we're so happy for you. And the kids also say it. And I just tell them, well, it's NØIE. Yeah, no, every time I look at my face, I'm like, yes, it works. And, well, at the same time, I don't want to be superficial or nothing, but it helps so much to just look in the mirror and see what you want to see, and to recognize yourself, like, oh yeah, this is my face. This is, when I laugh, you just see my smile, and you don't see the cracks or the dry skin or anything else. And that was really important for me. And I really hope that for everyone, maybe because it worked for me doesn't mean it works for you, but at NØIE, that they're gonna find a way with you. That's something that I really saw, and that I really feel also. And if my skin changes, you know, if it comes back or something else happens, I know I can just send you an email and say, hey, this is happening, can you help me? And we will find a way together.
Yeah, got your back.
Yeah, exactly.
You.